Hello there and welcome. It's Kate in the Nest, and as always, happy that you are joining me for this session. Well, my friends, can we believe that October is nearly over? I can't. Um, and so I thought I better show you an update on my October original because we're thinking about all things O, particularly orange and ovals and some olive. And this is a bit of a series, so if you're coming in at the end and want to find out more, you can always go back, but otherwise just stick with me. This has been through a number of iterations, and you may remember it's got tapestry needle points on it. Some I painted. Here's the original daffodil daisy and daffodils and this beautiful vase and a few of my starbursts. So this orange is still so bright, and I'm going to work on that. But can you see I do actually have a few tufts here because I was chatting away this morning to my mum and stitching away, and I used one of my wools that had too much pink in it. So that's not going to work on here, but I have put, thank you Terry, this crochet flower of Terry's, and I'm working the sides now. So I've got a few pieces to put down and some embroidering to do or thread painting. So if you want to stick around, please do. So I'm going to start with what I'm doing on the side here. I've put a piece of gingham. Do people call that chicken scratch? I don't know. But I like that braid there. And here I'm still going flower to flower while still retaining the original crochet underneath. So let's just get to work. And that gives me a chance to pause and say, what are you stitching right now? What are you working on? And also that as I stitch, I hope you can do something creative. So this is the wool that I dyed to take to Melbourne. Got quite a lot of it left, so it will keep me going for ages. And it's like a peachy apricot. And here I'm just deliberately doing big stitches, and that little hesitation was because I've come against the seam of the this under here. So let's just keep going down a while. I'm actually filming this to take a little break from what's been a quite wonderful but crazy day. I actually thought it would be terrible if someone now just turned up unannounced at my house or said, can we come over? Of course, I would have to welcome them, but I don't think there's a single room left untouched. And it's all due to the sofa, which she was Sadie, but I'm changing her name. She's going to be Sophia because Sophia the sofa has got attitude. And now she's taken over the main space. I'm buying little bits and pieces to match her so she feels at home. And I'm moving furniture. Does that happen with you? You have all the same things, because I'm not going out to buy anything because I rarely buy furniture. And in fact, rarely. In fact, I'm trying to think of what I bought new in my life. I mostly have things that people who have moved have said, would you like this, Kate? And I always say yes. And my husband has not always liked all of them, but he does like Sophia the sofa. So anyway, I've been moving things, and then you go, I'll move that rug, and then I'll move that lamp, and then I thought I need some advice, so will I sit down and have a look at some things online? And then I thought, no, just go do stitching. And it has been a happy day because I actually had a slow morning and was able to do some stitching while chatting with friends. And I didn't end up going out to lunch with my friend. She was a bit under the pump, and I said, well, let's just chat. And neither of us have to leave the home. So that was good. So yeah, main bedroom is now chaos because I'm really changing over my winter woolies. And of course the main room with the sofa. I've got my spare room, which isn't a spare room, it's a prep room. And then I've got the nest, and then I've got my son's bedroom next door, which has got all the paper stuff in. So there isn't really any room that is in its a condition that it former was. And that's all due to my this chapter of collecting these sorts of things. I must bring you down my bead jar. I've just realised that it's like I've got time to play now with all the things that I've always been collecting and buying. Like my costume jewellery, I just realised I'd had a lot of it stored away, and I just thought, look at those colours, they're beautiful, and I probably don't need to buy any more, but I love them, and it's my life's collection. So I've just put them in a big IKEA big thing, like a vase, and it could be used for a vase or a container, and they look magnificent. And so now they're going to go and sit with Sadie and keep her company, not be in the lounge room, or not be in the bedroom, in the wardrobe. Oops. Here's my lemon and yellow wool. So I'm just going to stitch away. We're not finished, but I said that this was going to be on display by Thanksgiving, so I've still got a little bit of time before I go, and I've got 3 days when I'm jet lagged when I'm home. But yeah, I'm just looking up to make sure you can see, and there's no missing that it's an orange piece for October. There's a few houses around here that have got Halloween stuff out. We don't tend to have pumpkins like we do in the States. I did enjoy one year we were there, and I thought the pumpkins out on the stairs, I probably told you this before, but that was my favorite. I thought, okay, if I had pumpkins like that, I'd make a little display. So like always, all over the shop. 1 minute I was doing big stitches, and now I'm coming into this center flower because I want to tame her a little bit. And make her variegated. So I've got some orange plain DMC under there, and now I'm just going to sort of I just went quiet. I was dreaming of some braids I've seen. A friend of mine has already been to Jaipur twice this year, and she sent me a little peek of, she's having a pop-up shop at her art studio this weekend, and I just was trying to resist because I kept saying, Kate, you're going to India, you're going to India. I was just thinking about how beautiful they are, because I'll be on the train this time next week, going from Bangalore to Chennai. So the adventure is getting closer and closer. And thank you for all of you who have been encouraging and telling me I'll love it. I think I will love it, but I'm going to take you there, and we'll live it together. Oh, that's a bit of a thing in the way. I mean, I don't even remember using that colour. In fact, I didn't. See, it's connected and not stitched. So I've just gone around there. That's not very flower-like, but I'll turn that into a flower. I've stitched this on, and down here, I think I've stitched all of these, the crochets on, but I'm just playing around with this vintage blanket. I actually took a little bit of this up to work with me this morning, thinking, will I put a little bit of the colour in it? But I changed my mind. I thought, stay with these colours. I've got some of my, I don't know whether I've shown you this. I dyed this green wool, and I actually quite like it. It's like all sorts of chartreuse and deep green and other colours. So I'd like to use that. Of course, I'm covering up for the fact that I've dropped my needle and can't find it. And you will know where it is, and I won't. Oh gosh, look, there's a little bit of liberty. I mean, liberty, the name even sounds like it goes. I wonder if I could make a little flower out of this. I think I will. Here we are. So what? I'm just looking in the camera just to see what I need to do. This is that very dull one. Oh, but beautiful. You know how you can make little flowers? Haven't made any pom-poms yet. Might cover up that pink. Make a 3D flower of liberty. And I'm certainly grateful for being free. It's just an idea, which we won't pursue at this moment. All right, what am I going to do? Let's get some of this fun brighty. Oh, I haven't used gold. I haven't used gold for weeks, to be honest. So that was just sitting there. Let's double it up. And I mean, I'm just going to, I was just reflecting there and saying, I'm going to say hello to Amal, who has just been in contact with me. She lives in Canada, but has people, relatives over here and not too far away. And she's heading over in November. So safe travels, Amal, and welcome. And thank you for reaching out. Like that's amazing. All right, I said double. Even I'm not beading. I'm just going to do some stitches. And I rounded about in here. Marina, if you're watching, this is what I called fireworks and starbursts, and you called Kate bursts. And if you're new to stitching and want this effect, it's just in and out to the center and build it up layer by layer. And don't worry too much. Just think you're making a beautiful firework explosion. Because I'm using it double, it doesn't go as far as my normal threads, but it's thicker, and gee, that makes me happy. I've been seeing some of the KiN works on the Facebook page. So, well done. Ellen's made an ocean like bowl, which is gorgeous. Others have done pouches and bags, and yeah, just beautiful work. So congrats to all of you. Okay, so that's how that gold turned out. What are we going to do with that flower and these bright bits? I wonder if I experiment with just toning them down. Or when showing low battery, yeah, I think we're going to get the paints out. Have I got a little? Yeah, I've got a. Yeah, I've got a nice thing of water. And hang on for a minute, I've got to go under. Get my dipping glass. This was my mother-in-law's crystal drinking glass. I mean, people must have had, there's my feather from Terry. People must have had very small drinks in those glasses, is what I often think. All right, I don't know what I'm trying to do. And that's not a good one. Oops, everything is going to collapse here. I'm just drawn to this yellow here. I'm going to have an experiment. Did that do anything? Actually, it probably did. And yes, I'm going to go out over there. It's like staying on the top because it's a linen-y, well, it is linen. It's hard to tell, but it's not a disaster. So I'm just going to do a bit more and then let that dry. maybe these ones here. Still going to stitch them, but it just takes a bit of the brightness out. There we go. All right, put the paintbrush away. And I'm looking at this flower here now, because we do say one flower at a time. Let's use a little bit of this brighter Little Wally's wool. Little Wally's wool. That's a new one. So this was one of those bright orange flowers, and we're just going to colour it with variegation. That's just pulling it a bit tight. I was just thinking, this is my gardening for the day. It has stopped raining, but I actually have been so busy inside, I haven't even looked at what sort of day it is, which is quite unusual for Kate, the weather forecaster, to you guys. So yeah, a few video, like so far I've done a video every day this week, which is a bit of a unusual for lately, isn't it? But I've been away, and here we are. I was actually feeling a bit sorry for the people who said that they had to go back and watch over and over some other ones from way early. So let's keep going with fresh, hey? Life is short. Just building up the textures. Getting my hand wet from that soppy paint there, but that's just a nice reminder that I've got it. So here I'm actually going to make a few, am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to do something different. I was going to make a really long petal, but instead I'm just going to fill some stitches here in the middle to get over this bare spot. Just going there amongst those beautiful daisies from the vase. And like I often do, we'll just join the flowers. And we might be ready for a little tiny flower here. it off like a cross stitch, that's right. And then we'll do one over the top of this. So see, that's like a little half a flower, and the variegation actually really helped me then. All right, so okay, what are we thinking? We're going to do a flower into the center. And join on to this flower. Feels like I've got a knot, which I probably do. That's not pleasant stitching with a knot. And down in here. Actually, that's upside down now, but maybe I like that better. You know, I think I like it that way. Because I've got the scallops, okay, which means I can work on this. And the flow, I've got texture down here. And then that plainer flower isn't taking up all the space. So let's just do that. And then there's little, I made those little French knots in there, quite cute. All right. What do I need? I need orangey. Okay, those ones are too, they go to the pink too much. Oh gosh, look what I've done. Managed to stitch. What did they say? Don't do as I do. No, I don't know what that thing is, but anyway. Oh, I like this much better. Probably because it's more covered as well. Oh, hitting the bucket, which is my paints. Therefore, it is an original, isn't it? It's never been made before, and who little did we know that it would. Oh, there's a good needle over there with a big eye. I'll put that there as a spare. Oh no. Oh no. Have you just realised what I've realised? My vase is upside down. But I could put another flower here. And it could be, because it's a, yeah, okay. Oh, maybe that doesn't, yeah. Okay, that's one flower at a time. Okay, let's just do this one up here. See if we can make it prettier. I've got a long tail on it. this. I actually don't like that stitching that I did before, because that was that vintage cotton. It's very, what's the word? Strandy. But does add to the vintage feel. And we can tolerate that little bit of hot pink, I'm sure. I'll spread it out a little bit so it's not a big hot pink all at once. So this poor piece has been neglected. It should have really been in my case with me when I went to Melbourne, but it didn't. So I'm going to admit that it won't be finished in a couple of days, but it will be finished by the time I need to show it to my family, like on a wall. And maybe that'll give me time. I really would like to find an oval frame. Maybe I can get one in India. Because I was about to say, I haven't got any time to go shopping. Oh, that's a pretty little bit of, can you see that wool? It's got like a little stripy barber's pole in these colours. Up into the petal, in the middle, and then down on the side. When I remember to think about it, it does work well with threes. So big one up there, little one here, and a small one on the other side. There we are, just a few more stitches until the thread runs out. There we are. So that's that work. And I think that's been a long enough session for me to spend on October because time is short and I've got to fix my house up. But there she is. Maybe it's easier to see her sideways. In fact, let's go that way. She could be a table runner or a big doily. But she is oval and she is original and a new thing for me to do. So until next time, have no time to tidy up the nest. I'm just going to scrape everything away and say keep well, take care, and I'll see you again soon.